Welcome Rangers fans to our midweek coaches show where we recap what all's gone on in Smithson Valley football and Smithson Valley athletics over the last week. And we'll start with our home opener. Last week, Smithson Valley played host to Madison, San Antonio Madison. Fortunate to come out with a 28-0 win in our home opener. We're excited about that. It was a good win against a quality opponent, and had a little bit of a late start. If you were at the game or knew anything about it, we didn't start till almost 7:45 with a lightning alert in the area, trying to keep our fans and players safe. So, but let's recap that win. Coach Westford, we'll start with you. Our defensive coordinator pitched a shutout against a quality Madison team. How did we go about doing that?
I was really proud of our kids for blocking out the distractions of the lightning delay that came out. I thought we played well early. Of course, our offense held the ball a whole lot. You know, we got three and outs in a row to start the game, and it seemed like we're late in the second quarter before really felt like we'd played much defense thanks to our offense running the ball and taking a lot of possession.
I think what we have 40 snaps of defense, 71 snaps of offense on the night. So
that always bodes well.
Yeah, it does. You know, for a lot of reasons, and didn't get any turnovers this week, but got a number of sacks and had a big crucial play right before the half.
I thought the real key for us defensively late in the second quarter, they got a drive going and went for it on fourth down in our end of the field down the 30-yard line. Malachi Lane got a big sack there. And then they got the ball again right at the end of the half. And Brock Whitaker got a sack there that allowed the clock to run out. They didn't have any timeouts left, and that allowed the half to end. So those two crucial stops there late, weren't turnovers, but stop them on fourth down. In essence, it kind of is a turnover. It doesn't go in the stat book that way, but
right. Well, and I thought our kicking game came up big again. Our kickoff coverage team kept pinning those guys deep. Again, that plays into the defense. They get to defend a long field because they've got to go 80+ yards, and then
one big punt.
Had a big punt. Manny Osorio punted the one punt that he had on the night, 59-yard punt. Rolled dead on the 4-yard line, and now Madison's offense staring at a 96-yard field. So all of it contributes. People get real wrapped up in offensive stats, defensive stats, and when it's all working together like that, time of possession, kicking game, of course, playing good defense, explosive plays. They only had one.
We had one, and we'd like to keep it that low, but we'd like to get even less than that. I mean, it
can only go one less than that. Yeah. So an explosive play by our definition is a run over 12 yards or a pass over 18. As we mentioned, Madison had just one. And Coach Hill, our offensive coordinator, we had 6 explosive plays, including a couple of big throws. Tell us about the offensive performance.
Yeah, so we were able to capitalize on some throwing game this week, and we were close week 1 against Warren. Had 3 or 4 explosive passes around 18 yards. Zach McDonald and Dylan Amell each had a pair of those. And like Coach Worsty's hitting on, and everything kind of plays together. The defense has given us a short field all night. Didn't have to drive the ball very far, so that made us feel a little more comfortable establishing the run game and taking shots when needed in the passing game. And all ties together with that.
No doubt. 71 snaps, as we mentioned, but ball control is good, keeps your defense off the field, maybe wears their defensive front down. That's what you hope. But there's no question, you got to get some big chunk plays. And you mentioned Derek Mata's throw to Zach McDonald in the first drive. What kind of route was that?
So we had McDonald on a little bit of we call it a blue route, so it's a stop-and-go route. Derek took a 3-step drop, pump faked it to him. Zach did a great job of getting to the outside of the cornerback, and Derek put it in a good spot in the corner of the end zone. Started off the game with a touchdown on the first drive.
Yeah, it was good. And, of course, Chase Senelik came in at quarterback, hit Dylan Domel for a touchdown a little bit later, I guess in the second quarter on a little hitch and go. And so, again, getting some of those 30, 40 yards in one shot plays makes a big difference. And how about the play of Chase coming in there when Derek was injured?
Yeah, Chase did great. He's always ready. He's a great player for us, kind of a multi-dimensional guy. He plays special teams, plays receiver. Can kind of do it all, and he stepped in and didn't miss a beat. Our offense stayed on track, and like you said, he hit a lot of big throws for us in times where we needed it, and he was able to, control the team and run the huddle and did a great job stepping in for Derek.
Good win for us, puts us 2-0 on the year, and of course we have one final non-district game this week against El Paso Eastwood, which is also our homecoming game here. But before we talk about that, let's bring in Donna Moore, our athletic secretary, and Donna's pinch hitting for Coach Miller this week, and she's going to tell us about the previous week in Smithson Valley Athletics on our other sports and the week ahead for those same sports. So Donna, tell us what you know.
Hey, thanks, Coach. So our tennis team had a great showing last night versus East Central, winning 16-3. You can catch them next Tuesday here at Smithson Valley at 4, taking on the Clemens Buffaloes. On to cross country. Cross country is back in action this Saturday, September 11th, racing at Cedar Park. They're excited to add some new varsity runners who previously weren't able to run and to compete. Volleyball, the Rangers lost a tough 5-set match to Antonian this past Friday. They are motivated and excited to start district play this Friday, September 10th versus the Wagner Thunderbirds. Varsity's game time will be moved up to 5:30, and so we'd love to see you come watch that game, and then everyone can head over and watch the football game together afterwards.
Thanks, Donna, for that update, and congratulations to our teams on what they've done, and looking forward to watching what they will do. And of course, volleyball's at home in their district opener this Friday, and we got a rare opportunity to watch both them and then come down the hill to the football stadium. And when they get here, they're going to watch us play a team from another time zone. I've been asked a bunch this week, why in the world are we playing a team from El Paso? Well, it's pretty simple. We had a difficult time filling that third game on our schedule when realignment came out a few years ago. And as it turned out, Eastwood, for probably the same problem, has won a lot of games through the years. They had a difficult time as well. So long distance phone call, and the deal was struck. We didn't play last year, of course. They weren't in season yet when the week of the game came up, so that game went by the wayside. But they're coming in this week, and they're coming in on with a 2-0 record. Have won both of their non-district games, won them kind of handily. And Coach Westford, we'll start with you. We got our hands full.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're averaging over 50 points a game, and really dynamic quarterback. We'll have to do a good job of trying to keep him in the pocket and containing him. He's really effective at extending plays and making things happen out of the framework of a play, but they've got a great plan, some really fine receivers, and a really explosive, quick scat back kind of running back that can make you look bad out in the open field.
Well, they only scored 35 the first week, I guess, kind of a slump, but they went ahead and scored 75 last week, including 61 at the half. So they can ring them up in a hurry, and really that's been their tradition. This is not, okay, well, they've got a great group of kids this year, which they do, but that's kind of been their trademark. High scoring, a little off schedule at times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll do some things that Ranger fans hadn't seen, and then they'll try to buy back some possessions. They'll onside kick, they'll fake punts, they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll do some things that you don't see every week in an effort to get even more possessions. So really big challenge for our defense. And offensively, Coach Hill, what is Eastwood's defense? What do they bring to the table?
Yeah, so like y'all hit on, just a great team. I think they've lost one district game since 2018, so a lot of success in the last few years. Very multiple on defense. They'll have linebackers playing on the D-line and safeties coming down to play linebacker. So we'll just have to be, secure in our check system and making sure that we're recognizing the defense that they're in and just executing. It just comes down to that, knowing our rules, knowing our assignments, and coming out ready to go.
Well, it'll be another big challenge for us. Perennial playoff team, much like Madison was last week, and we want to win because we're supposed to win. We also want to improve and prepare ourselves for district, which is coming the following week. And it is a homecoming game. A lot of X's in the stands, a lot of former players, former students, and we look forward to another great night of great atmosphere at Ranger Stadium on Friday, 7 o'clock. If you can't be here, as always, the game will be live on the Rangers Network. You can go to that website just prior to 7 o'clock and watch us that way if you can't be here. Either way, we hope you'll be here or tune in, and we'll see you next week.